The main idea around my work, titled Maury, is a love of family and home submerged in masculinity. The portrait of my son is inspired by my love of him. The softness of the wool symbolises his softness, innocence, and need to be protected, as wool can easily be broken. The nails and wood are tools of masculinity. They are strong, sharp, potentially dangerous, and an integral part of the foundations and constructions of a family home.
To me, humour is life and should be expressed in a joyous and fun way, yet somehow the world has changed it to crude, inappropriate and offensive jokes. I wanted to show the destruction of comedy and the symbols that I feel truly represent it. I used image collage and illustrations to show how all types of media have had an impact on comedy, and hope in some way my art can influence people's view on comedy and how much we have truly lost.
Juxtaposing traditional artwork, I compared the questionable boundaries of what an artwork is defined as by creating something that can only be open to people's interpretations and something that people will question whether it's even worthy of being displayed as an artwork. To make the work, I first toyed with the idea of making a video, but didn't feel that helped the viewer's own interpretation of the work. Instead, I created a light box with a still image and integrated LED lighting to illuminate the image. The illumination invokes the feeling you get from a television.
Artwork expresses the importance of money in choosing a husband in Chinese culture. As China's economic booms, the marriage market has become more competitive, with women now demanding apartments and cars. I describe my artwork as detailed paper sculpture. Dragon, phoenix, and the character C stands for marriage. Female mannequin was used to represent people's own choice, as I would like the audience to consider whether married for money or love.
My series of work is called Falling Into Place and began with a dance. My pieces represent the struggles I had deciding what I wanted to do with my life. I changed my degree many times, feeling as though I was falling into nothingness. I am now at the end of the first degree that felt right for me, and I now feel as though I've finally fallen into place. Throughout this venture, dancing has been my relief. It has remained my steady constant. To create these pieces, I took footage of a dance and turned it into a series of photographs.
In a world where advertising is everywhere, how do we really see the women that occupy so much of this space, whose only purpose is to market items with their superior good looks? Fashion models have no other value than their appearance. They are told what to wear, how to pose, what to eat. They show up to one of these fashion shoots and are molded like clay or positioned like dolls. Within this sphere, they have no agency at all. They are completely voiceless. Yet as a society, we are so jaded by these images that we rarely question them. My work is designed as a passive and humorous protest against the portrayal of women in advertising. This piece is a visual metaphor for my own experiences with depression. I wanted to portray the deep abyss of an empty ocean and the loss of the senses one feels when underwater, drawing inspiration from Alphonse Mucha and the Art Nouveau movement to emphasize the weightless flow of the figure underwater. I chose the metaphor of being entangled inside a jellyfish because the jellyfish is not an aggressive creature that hunts down its prey and attacks it. Most of the time it goes unnoticed in the large ocean, yet its sting can kill a person. This in itself is a metaphor for depression.
Around the globe, people are being exploited through manual and sexual labour against their will. This is human trafficking. The intention of my work is to convey symbolically this issue, focusing on the sexual exploitation of girls. I wanted to create a juxtaposing wall that reflected an abstract experience of a victim. Tiles of darkness that fade up into tiles of beauty. A figure reaches up to a life she once had or longs to have. I want my work to bring awareness of this issue. I believe that modern-day slavery can be abolished and these girls can be freed from their walls of entrapment. All is needed is for people to act.
As human beings, we're consumed by the concept of time. We are dictated by and live the majority of our lives by the ticking of the clock. As our perception of time is in constant flux and very subjective given an individual's circumstances, experiences, and a particular point in their lives, I have focused my piece on various phases of time symbolised by 12 clocks capturing 12 aspects of time. The 12 phases I've selected reflect a different human movement of time and collectively capture 12 moments in time in a person's life where at one time or another have wished to be able to control time or capture the hand of it.
Stress is a part of everyday life with people dealing with it in a variety of ways.
An increasingly popular method is mindfulness drawing, which is the practice of being completely aware of the present moment. Drawing from artists such as Martin Bell, I created a large mandala of high detail. The patterning of the mandala draws upon symbolism, representing all the things that make me stressed. Taking that further, I began colouring the piece in a relaxed state, yet slowly got more frustrated as I moved outwards. Using the common medium of pens, I expressed my growing stress in what would normally be a calming process.
My artworks explore memories of the past and the journey I have taken to be where I am today. The expression to walk down memory lane is quite literal for me as I revisit streets of significance from my childhood to more recent days and recall the emotions and situations that saw me travel these particular routes. These images show my journey through life and its changes. Looking back on memories, the way we usually record these are through photographs, and that is how I chose to represent my work. Sometimes it may seem an impossible walk in life, but when you look back on these times, you can see straight through what was difficult to find out that you've walked on.
My artwork draws inspiration from an important aspect of my life and explores the connection between humans and animals. Having grown up with pets has been an enjoyable and enriching experience that's influenced who I am today. I've used a playful, illustrative style that connects my adult self with my childhood, while all my previous pets overlap and surround me. These chalk-like drawings of animal memories float in the background of my imagination. My aim is to highlight the powerful role that nature and our animal friends play in our lives, and I invite you all to reflect upon this wonderful connection.
Leah means weary, emphasised in the caption. Could this relationship become weary? Through my love medium mosaicing, my work is an appropriation of Klimt's The Kiss. My critical analysis is to question the two lovers locked in the entwined embrace. I passionately embrace the value of Klimt's work whilst observe the deeper meaning behind this relationship. The moment may be utopia. Open-eyed Leah foresees the future of this intimate relationship.